All right, so here is a quick overview of the Culture Clash prototype recorded from my hotel room in Sicily. This is a two-player strategy game, really quick, takes 5 to 10 minutes to play, takes less than 5 minutes to learn. And it comes in this nifty travel box that lets you put the game away, store it at any point in time. At its core, you see it is a hex grid, star-shaped, with green and blue marbles on it for the 2 players. So, how you play it is very straightforward. As I said, 2 players, green and blue. Let's say I am green. My goal is to get to these green gold tiles. If I put a marble here and here at the same time, that's it. I won. Game over. Obviously, blue wants to do the same thing, just on the other side. And so we will try to prevent each other from doing this. This is a really fast race. Whoever gets to the end first wins. To get there, there's 2 things you can do. The first one is you take a marble and you just move it. By 1 or 2 tiles, it's simple, it's straightforward, everybody knows how to do that. The even more fun thing is pushing, because you can always push a column of your own marbles in any direction. Any number of them, really. This is a push, that is a push, this is a push, that is a push, this is a push, and so on. The thing, like you can always push your own marbles, but pushing the opponent requires you to have more marbles than them. So here, blue has 2, green has 3, blue cannot push. But green has 4 versus 2, they can push. So green will push out blue. And that's the very last thing. If you get pushed out of the board, which is very satisfying, then these marbles are out of the game. And that's it, really. You push the opponent, you move, you try to outmaneuver them, cut their lines, and get your marbles to the end of the board. That's it. This is really easy to learn and really easy to play, and it's even easier because I have these 4 cards, which are always on the table. And those 4 cards tell you the core you need to know to play the game. This one says how you move. This one says how you push. This one says when you get to push the opponent. And the last one says what happens if you get pushed out. And that's really it. That's the core of the game. Super simple. And I love playing this game. I play this game a ton, but I also very quickly get bored by playing the same game twice. So I want to make sure players always have different games to play. So I have this deck of 25 cards here, each of which modify one of those 4 rules. At the end of a game, the losing player gets to look at 2 of them and choose one and replaces that one. So, for example, here's a card that says, regular movement is not interesting enough. Well, why not allow you to jump over other players' marbles, like this, or like this. And this can even be chained, and so movement becomes very quick in a game with this rule in there. Here's another one that says you can't just push once, but you can also push twice per move. And now you can set up combos with your own marbles and get into positions that would otherwise be unreachable. And maybe you think, oh, but having more marbles than the opponent, obviously you can push, that's boring. No, here's a card that says you need to have fewer or less. And now individual marbles and small groups become very powerful and completely changes the way how you have to think about the game. Here's a card that says when you get pushed out, you get actually transported back into the middle of the game board and you remove whoever is there, which makes it a really strong move. And so there's tons of different cards and there's tons of different games in here. Right now there's about 625 games, I think, that are in there, which come from, honestly, millions of games I had filtered out, which weren't interesting enough, but these are the ones that are really good. And a bunch of them give the game like small tweaks for people who want to see minor variations, and some of them make big changes to the game, like this card here, which says if you can push the opponent, you must push them, which really changes how you think about the game. You might get the opponent to actually push you onto the golds. Or this card here that says when you get pushed out of the game board, you come back on the other side of it. It becomes this like torus wrapping around on itself. Becomes pretty crazy, but very, very cool. Yeah, so that's Culture Clash. Once I'm done playing, I take my little lid, I put this back on, and then that's it. Game has been stored, it's been saved. and we put it away. And if we want to play again, we play again. So yeah, that's Culture Clash. Cheers.